Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good afternoon. Chag Sameach for those who are celebrating Passover. I am Paul Zellhart, a longtime tabletop player and a member of The Adventure Continues. And I'm here to help out my good friends in playing Mothership, the sci-fi horror RPG. We are waiting on one person to get an exorbitant amount of D10 for this experience. So I'll give a little description of what we're going to be doing today. Mothership is currently in alpha. It's a really fun, comparatively rules-light system. I'm from like the Pathfinder and 5e world, so I'm used to using those books as a study guide. This thing is a pretty, like 44 pages long, and it is dense with cool systems, a nice setting, and a really good community to boot. The Mothership Discord is constantly alive with people and creatives who are just fueled by this fun little system and tabletop games in general. If you want to get it for yourself, you can either go on DriveThruRPG, the Tuesday night games website, or other indie sellers like Spearwitch or other seller. So, I have with me two very good role players, and one of them is currently at their seat. This is Kyle Lacrosse II. Say hello, Kyle. Oh, yeah. Kyle is familiar with the system of Call of Cthulhu, yeah? Okay. And the ghostly figure that is sitting in that chair, who remains to be seen or classified by the scientific community at large, is Ari Littman Weiberg. But he's poorly timed. And that's okay. I'm going to be drinking this really cool bottle. Check that out. It's got D20s on it. And hello, hello, Lewis Cruz. It's so good to see you. Lewis is a wonderful little streamer. Oh, that's it. Never mind. Kyle, you can start entirely over because I didn't unmute you.
This whole time.
I'm an expert.
Hi, hello. Big fan of RPGs. I play a lot of Call of Cthulhu. I'm a keeper of arcane knowledge for that, and these systems seem comparable, so I feel prepared. I think that's a good summary of what I said last time.
Good. And in this corner, weighing in at 128 ounces, the witness to something great and terrible, we have Ari Littman Weinberg. There he is.
Hi.
Hey. Hello.
It's good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you.
Yeah. You come here often?
I do, actually. Every other week.
Yeah, me too. This is weird.
Is it?
So, I've never seen you here before.
Me?
I feel like you've invaded my time-space continuum. This blank void that I live in that I stole from a late-night show person.
That's fair, yeah. I mean, as good a green screen minus the green as ever. So, let's jump into building characters. Bada boom.
By the way, I found 4d6 and I'm sorry, d10 and a whole bunch of d6s. And
that will be helpful.
They in fact say bicycle on them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Here we go. Welcome to Mothership, a sci-fi horror RPG where you and your crew try to survive in the most inhospitable environment in the universe, outer space. You'll excavate dangerous derelict spacecraft, explore strange unknown worlds, exterminate hostile alien life, and examine the horrors that encroach upon your every move. Let's get started. All right, so both of you, you're going to roll 6d10 for each of your stats. Those of you at home, if you want to build a character, you can. This is what it looks like. Baby. That's weird. That's expected. All right, so first off, this is something I really love about this system, is that you can build a character without ever looking at the rule book, just looking at the character sheet. And starting off in this little corner right here, you're gonna roll 6d10 for each of your stats. The 4 stats are as follows. Strength is how able-bodied you are, lifting, pushing, hitting things hard, etc. Speed is how quickly you can act and react under pressure. Intellect is how knowledgeable and experienced you are, and combat is how good you are at fighting specifically. Whenever you want to do something and the price for failure is high, you must roll under the appropriate stat on percentile dice. That's 2d10 added together, ones in the tens place. You get the idea. This is called a stat check, and those are the stats. So you'll notice, I think Kyle, you pointed this out when we were talking about this in pre-production, that 6d10 averages about 35. And on a percentile, you got 100. So things aren't looking great just from the get-go. And that's fine. That's fine. I actually like that a lot. How we doing on those stats?
I'm good. I rolled pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
High 30s.
Yeah, we got these 4 stats here.
Got those 4 stats.
All
They're going to be your
yeah.
lifeblood.
Yeah. I got okay. I all in the 30s. That's
Okay.
pretty nice.
Not bad.
That's pretty nice.
I got 148, which
Huh?
feels incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was just going to mention that in one of my test games in the system, someone rolled a 46, and I thought that was busted. But okay. That's fine. Also, you're going to list these straight down. There's no deciding where they're going to go. Excuse me, by the way.
Right.
Just put them where they're going to go.
As in order of the rolls.
Mm-hmm. That's the stuff. I will stop scrolling.
Oh, that actually works out pretty well for me. Ooh.
Uh-huh. By the way, people, this book is really pretty, and I will talk about it at length, whether people want me to or not. I just kind of find ways to throw it into conversation. It's got wonderful art by the game designer himself, Sean McCoy.
By the maker.
By the maker. Look at all that cool stuff, huh? Look at that. That's neat. It's got a lot of. I wanna poke Sean McCoy's brain and ask him how he makes this stuff, because it's got like just really cool setting stuff. It's very porous in a way. Oh, thank you, Lewis. Lewis is having his wedding in a couple of months here. We're gonna wait for things to open up before final say of how that's happening, but I will have much to discuss with the people at my table. Many tabletop opportunities and storytelling in the communal sense.
And magic. I didn't have any flowers.
We good with stats?
Good.
Yes.
Good.
And it's just strength, speed, intellect, and combat. Yes.
That's it? We're going to move on to the second part. Picking a class and noting their starting saves. There are 4 classes in Mothership. Teamsters are the rough-and-tumble crew and workers out in space. If Ripley from Aliens is your hero, you'll want to play a Teamster. Scientists are doctors, researchers, and anyone who wants to slice open aliens or infected crew members with a scalpel. Androids are a terrifying and exciting addition to any crew. They tend to unnerve other crew with their cold inhumanity. And Marines are here to shoot bugs and chew bubblegum. They're handy in a fight and good when grouped together, but whenever a Marine panics, it may cause problems for the rest of the crew. So, following this little, dotted line up here, we go over and pick our starting class. Yeah, and these, little pills over here. Just have it. Notice that also each character class gives a small bonus to your ability scores.
Yeah, so it looks like it wants me to be an android?
Androids are good. I like androids. They have the highest fear save.
Well, my highest 2, speed is my highest one, and that's 39. And then I have 2 34s and a 32, and 32 is in strength. So I'm trying to figure out. I guess that would mean. Try to trace it. Yeah, I think android.
Yeah, you can use those little bonuses either to round out your character, make them not terribly weak in one thing, or you can further buff the things that are good from your randomly rolled numbers.
Although scientist gets a +10. What is this?
Yeah.
What is this magical +10 about? Maybe I'll do that instead.
I'm picking Teamster.
Teamster it is.
Guys, imagine me, a scientist. Isn't that funny?
I can see it. Don't knock yourself.
Yeah.
I have science space. This is my science space.
Let's see it. Oh, okay, yeah.
It's hot.
Right?
That's good.
I didn't even turn it upside down like when we were kids. It's just the straight, extra fingery goggles.
Well, doesn't that mean we would have to, go and lay down for a second? Is that the thing that happens? Did you ever play that game? Kind of like the circle game underneath your belt. You'd do that, and then someone would have to do a push-up or something like that. I got in trouble a lot in middle school. Says something about my personality. All right, we got a Teamster for Kyle, and
and I'm gonna go for the scientist. I'm gonna get that +10 to intellect.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward. Part 3. Mark your starting skills and spend your starting skill points. Each class comes preloaded with some relevant skills that will help them perform better at different challenges. Additionally, each class has a number of points to spend on skills during character creation. Spend all your skill points now, keeping in mind that trained skills cost 1 point, expert skills cost 2 points, and master skills cost 3 points. To take an expert or master skill, you must first take one of its prerequisite skills. And those are the skills right there.
I am sorry. How many points do we get here?
Kyle, you will get 4 points, and Ari, you will get 3 points. It's in this little corner bit on the second part of the character sheet.
And you said each of these costs a certain amount of points?
Yes, in the shaded area beneath those, that lays out the points.
I see. Trained skill, expert. So if we want a master skill, we've got to put all 3 points into that skill.
Right, and you need at least one of the prerequisite skills designated by the arrows to each.
So for me, that won't work because I only have 3 points to spend, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
Gotcha.
You could probably get a master skill when you level up, if you level up.
Yes.
Survive.
If.
I don't know.
I like that word, if. It means my future is not written.
Didn't Rihanna say something about that?
I think so.
If you need any description of what these things are, I'd be happy to let you know. Also, keep in mind that you're going to be using these skills pretty much whenever you want to do a skill check. Say you want to talk to an NPC with a high-risk conversation. Rolls are generally not made unless there is a high penalty for failure. But if you really want to go all out and like talk down someone who's violent, or you want to do combat, you are going to want to use these skills to your advantage and describe situations in which these skills will come in handy. So, choose accordingly. It's going to be a big part of your character.
Talk to me about the uses of computers and mathematics. What are the differences and what are the similarities?
Computers. Computers is all about the fluent use of computers and networks. If you were to do a high pressure, if you're trying to like operate airlocks or get things off in time during combat, or trying to hack systems, that's where computers would come in place. And sorry, the other one was mathematics?
Mathematics, yeah. How would I use that?
Mathematics is the science of numbers, quantity, and space.
Okay.
I would say...
So if I wanted to maybe, like, calculate probabilities of what might happen based on certain decisions.
Yeah, and you could use that to aid other people. Okay. Or make a proper decision while piloting a ship, then you would want to take that.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then just the place that jury rigging has in all of this, when compared to things like engineering heavy, I'm assuming it's like proper versus improper usage.
Yeah. Jury rigging would be the MacGyver stat of, I have a paperclip and a rubber band, and we need to fight this giant alien creature. What do we do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makeshift lobotomy. Got
it. Done. One and done.
So I'm going to take mathematics, computers, and I am thinking either biology or chemistry. Chemistry, because I might be able to make cool bombs, but biology, because I might be able to heal. And that means I'm taking 3 level 1 skills.
Which is a great way to go. I would highly encourage metagaming between like spreading out skill use.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, Kyle.
Yeah.
You are going to be my bunkmate in this adventure.
Of course.
So, what would you rather have? Access to pretty cool bombs or access to medical attention? Now, this is the question. Say we're up drinking one night in college before all of this craziness starts, and I say to you, here's the thing. I'm not sure what I want to specialize in. I am going to need to figure out whether I'm going to need to bust down walls, possibly destroy a few critters with some excellent bombs, or now here's this thing. If you get hit by a car and are about to die in the road, I might be able to stitch your body back together with some twigs, flour, and a cat. What say you? Which do you want?
Considering this is likely a sort of space adventure, I would love to have medical attention if hit by a car.
All right, and I also have mathematics and computers, so I'll be able to open doors for us and calculate the probability of our success despite overwhelming odds.
Fantastic. I've taken 0G because it was given to me by the... and just to be sure, it's you receive 0G mechanical repair, all of that stuff, and then you also get 4 points for Teamster?
For Teamster,
It's 0G mechanical repair, and then pick one, and then it says plus 4 points. So I get 4 additional.
yeah. So
Okay.
those 2 are given to you. You get to pick one of those 2, and then you get 4 points.
Great. So I have 0G, jury rigging, heavy machinery, mechanical repair, piloting, and athletics.
So I've actually picked 2 in scientist. So does that mean I get 3 additional points?
Yes.
All right. So then I'm going to not only am I going to take biology. Oh no, you see, I am smarter than that, my friends. I am going to take where'd biology go? There it is. I'm going to take biology. But I have 3 points, you see. Haha! I have spent 3 because that's what I originally had, but now I have 3 more. So I've only spent 3 points. I am also going to take a point in first aid, you see.
Oh.
Now I can apply my biology skill because I am not a loser.
Good.
I didn't think you were a loser to begin with, but
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question, my friend.
Oh, great.
You're already taking mechanical repair, and I've taken some in computers. So we could put our skills together to build just about anything. However, would you like me to also take mechanical repair so that our skills will be unmatched, like the great Tenacious D of old?
No.
Gotcha.
great.
I am also, you know
Paul
what?
told us to spread thin, I'm spreading thin.
Yes, you see, because I have 2 different sciencey skills, right? I'm going to take some military training, right?
Good.
Because we're going to need to fight some lizards, or demons, or Cthulhu-type beasts.
You know,
Yes?
standard.
Gotta know how to kick some shit.
Good.
And shit you shall kick.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I could take theology, that could round things up. I don't know.
No.
Ah! Are we going to be mostly in the air or on the land?
It is the haunting of Ypsilon 14. You're going to be in a station called Ypsilon 14.
Will I have the ability to drive or fly?
I have piloting.
You have piloting. Never mind. We have that taken care of. Wait, if you have piloting, should I get driving in case we end up crashing on a planet and need to find a vehicle?
I mean, I feel like we can go through every single one of these skills and be like, hey, there could be a small chance that, you know, a demon comes up and says, draw me a painting, and so you should take art.
All right. Yes, that's a
so
very good point.
Whichever one speaks the most to you.
In
I
that
would
case, should I take athletics to back up my military training so I don't pass out while I'm fighting? Or should I take chemistry so next level I can get to that explosives we were talking about?
do chemistry.
Alrighty then.
Also, Paul, if you could for me, please, what is rimwise?
Rimwise is kind of your
Yes.
smuggler skill. If there's something that is kind of superseding the law, or something that you would get by being in the more breaking the law, and smuggler stuff.
Remember when I said I was going to take chemistry? I'm going to take that instead, because now I can buy bombs.
Yeah, sorry. Rimwise is outer rim colonies and the seedy parts of the galaxy, which is a great wording, much better than what I could come up with.
Like both of them.
Which makes me a doctor without a license. Hey! I'm very excited.
Perfect. All right, I think we got it.
My
Okay.
dog is being mean to me.
Aw.
Why are you doing this, dog?
Why, dog, why? All right. Skills have been chosen, which means we go to
Yes.
the fourth part of creating a character. We are going to take note of how your class deals with stress and panic. This is a horror game. Each class deals with stress and panic differently, which will come into play later in the game. Go ahead and mark your class's special rules with a check for future reference. That is going to be up here. And as a team star, once per session, you may re-roll a roll on the panic effect table. And as a scientist, whenever a scientist fails a sanity save, Every friendly player gains 1 stress.
Which means I should have taken psychology.
Maybe you should have.
Maybe I should have. Or theology. That could have helped too.
Yeah, probably. You can find a way to do that. I think that might work with sanity saves better. Or, you know what? Fear would work too. Yeah, fear and sanity saves. So once you've done that, we're going to move on to the next part. I'm going to have both of you roll 1d100, or percentile.
1d100, okay.
This is going to be... Oh, sorry. First, we're going to pick our loadout, and then we're going to roll that d100. You have excavation, exploration, extermination, and examination. Pick one suited to your class. I would recommend picking a different one from your teammate.
Well, I am a doctor, so I should probably pick examination. Or excavate. Well, no, examination's probably sweet.
I will do excavation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or extermination. Am I a evil doctor? Am I going to cut into people's bodies and bring out pieces of gold that they left in there when they were 7?
We already
You
know
make
you don't
your
have
own
your medical
calls.
license, so
Mm-hmm.
the
Just
world
wanted
is
to
your
make that
oyster.
clear. I'm gonna go for examination.
Okay.
Gotta do the right thing.
Okay. All right. Now
Yeah.
give me that D percentile.
That is a 92.
Okay. Rolling high.
I only had an 84.
92 and 84.
Uh-oh.
All right, so this is going to be your trinket. The way I've read this is kind of the thread of your humanity. It's something you keep on your person at all times to remind you who you are. Ari got the 92, yes?
I got the 84.
Okay, so Kyle, what you have on your person at all times to remind you of who you are, this is kind of like a character backstory generator,
Uh-huh.
is a trench shovel.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Ari,
Yes.
you have a Sputnik pin.
I love it.
Cool as hell.
Should I put that in my equipment or my notes?
That should be in your notes, I think.
Got you.
Yeah, and
Too
then
late.
you start building your character. This is something that is deeply personal to your character. Now roll another percentile for me.
Gonna use some different dice for this one.
Good idea.
All right. Just a straight 50.
50. Love it.
I get 100.
100?
Yes.
0?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
The worst possible thing.
All right. We don't know that yet. We don't know that.
It's up there.
Kyle, with a 50, you have... Okay, so this is a patch that your character has sewn onto their vac suit or their undergarments. This is kind of the outward aspect of your character, how they present themselves to the rest of Rim Space. Sorry for burping. I'm gross. Kyle, you have a patch sewn onto your suit that says, "Suck it up."
Awesome. Beautiful.
And Ari, with a 100,
Yes.
you have a patch on your suit that says, "#1 worker."
Oh.
Oh, you poor baby.
#1. Indisputable, irrefutable. You are here and ready for action.
Just to give you guys my my
There you go.
Great.
That's it. Indisputable, irrefutable. Finally, to wrap up making our characters, we're going to do the finishing touches. Fill out your stress on your character sheet. Starts at 2. Resolve, which starts at 1. It starts at 0, sorry. Max health is double your strength. and your starting credits, which won't necessarily be useful in this campaign, but it's useful if you're making a character otherwise, is 5d10 times 10.
Sorry,
and you
which
are...
one was that?
Sorry?
Which one was that? I just was writing down starting health on it's bad.
That is your starting credits.
Starting credits is this D. Okay, so what was it again?
5d10 times 10.
5d10 times 10.
And then you give yourself a name and a rank if you have one. Now you're ready to play your first session of Mothership. And let us begin proper. You all are on a resupply run, currently drifting through the void of deep space. Adrift amid mostly nothing. You have taken on a massive debt to be piloting the ship you are in, which whirs and lights up at the call of a shortwave communicator. Ypsilon 14 to resupply ship. Do you copy?
Yes, I copy.
Copy heard. Opening dock 2 for arrival bay. Begin coupling sequence. The ship orients itself into the landing pad. The bay doors open and, nestled inside the dock, a catwalk attaches to the ship's airlock. You are now free to enter Ypsilon 14 station.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna put on my little pack stuff that I got carrying around.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna enter. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get all my little doctor supplies, put on my extra special coat that my mommy sewed for me, get my pin. My pin goes on my shirt right underneath, so just only people can see like a little bit of it, right here, just a little bit of pin, but not enough that they think they can touch it.
Good.
And then I'm going to also get my special suit on under the coat, which has my patch on it. Because you know, gotta have that patch, and it's sewed onto one suit, so I can only ever wear that suit. And after I get all my doctor supplies, I'm going to walk over to the administrator's office and say a quick howdy diddly do, and then I'm going to also disembark.
You
gotta
disembark.
be nice and say hi to the administrator before you go.
Of course, yeah. And the administrator of the ship you are currently on, the corporate vessel, reminds you that you need to get permission from your corporate liaison before you can leave Ypsilon 14.
Okay. I ask the name of this corporate liaison and the way to communicate by message, by some kind of old mailing system. You know, what would be the preferred contact?
The administrator reminds you that the corporate liaison is named Mike, and he will give you a password. And you continue into Ypsilon Station.
Alrighty then.
Great.
Oh, also I have to call my mother.
Okay. Go ahead and call your mother.
Okay. Hey, Mom. I'm leaving.
Have you done all your chores?
I did all my chores, Mom.
Did you make sure you got a packed lunch?
I made sure I had a packed lunch. I got my pin. I got my badge. I am ready to heal some people.
Did you get the organic stuff? I don't want you drinking and munching on all that baloney, all that processed stuff, all that spam. It's not good for you. I know.
Yes, Mom, I got all the stuff. Okay, I love you. I will see you when I come home.
Okay,
someday.
I love kisses.
You're the wind beneath my wings, Mom.
Okay, make sure you wear a coat.
All right, and then you hang up and step onto Ypsilon Station. A map is available on the Discord. You jump into the workspace, a heavily used communal area, complete with a generator, semi-permanent medbay, workspace computer terminal, and the entrance to a freight elevator. Along the far wall are a series of 10 cubbies complete with vac suits and mining equipment, save for one that is open and empty. You are hailed by Ypsilon 14's commander. It is a tallish woman wearing a wife beater who stands up and walks up to you. Hello.
Both of us or individually?
Both of you.
Ah. Oh, wait, hold on. Hey, buddy. How you doing? It's nice to see you.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Pleased to make both of your acquaintance. I'm Sonia. I am the commander of this station.
Great.
Commander.
John Brand. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
John Brand, is it?
Yes.
Fantastic. Good to meet you. And you must be?
I'm Billy Boyle.
Billy Boyle. Well, John, Billy, John. I'm Sonia. What can I do for you?
Billy, you were the one talking to the administrator. Why don't you relay what it is that we need to do?
Well, I need to talk to Mike, which is my corporate liaison, and I've got to get the password that Mike is holding for me.
Sonia just kind of like stands back and she shakes her head a second and pulls out a cigarette and starts lighting it. She says, "Well, that's just a shame. Mike went missing last night."
Missing?
Yeah.
Did he happen to leave a password behind?
I wish. He left practically nothing behind.
So are you saying I'm going to have to call my mother and tell her that I'm stuck on this ship all of time?
I'll call your mother, call your employer. You're gonna have to figure out something. Didn't leave a body, didn't leave no blood, no record of him on the airlocks.
Ah,
Do you have any idea where he was supposed to be before he was undiscovered?
He's a mining engineer. Maybe down in the depths of the mine.
I don't like mines. I prefer a nice laboratory or surgery room, even maybe a computer class.
Well,
Billy?
a regular
Billy.
old egghead, huh?
We're gonna need Mike if we're gonna leave at any point, so pull yourself up, put yourself together. Let's try and find him or something, right? Have other teams gone down to try and look for Mike?
Yeah, I've kept a close watch on everyone up here. They're all currently either in the quarters or the mess, just kind of keeping tabs on themselves. I'm not a big fan of the mines myself. I stay up here. I haven't done any investigating, but you are welcome to take the freight elevator down.
Fantastic.
Do you have any equipment for us so we don't get our nice patches all dusty?
Yeah, I could authorize lending you 2 vac suits, but not much more than that.
That's just fine.
Thank you.
Sounds good. And she walks over to the computer terminal, slaps a couple of keys. The airlock closes behind you, locking you off from your vessel.
Well then, Billy, I think the only way that we're going to get off of this station is if we find Mike. What say you?
I happen to agree with you. However, do you think there's any chance that we could stop for a bagel before we go down, or do you think this is something we should really take care of right this instant, right now?
Normally, I hate you and everything that you say, but a bagel sounds really nice. Let's see if there's somewhere where we can grab something.
Fantastic, friend.
Perhaps a mess hall somewhere. Yeah, and I'm gonna start walking toward. We have this map, right?
You do. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way toward the mess hall, see if we can grab something just to nourish ourselves.
I'm going to start going in the other direction, and then see that he's going in the other direction. Course correct, and pan back through camera.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, you guys head through the cramped corridors leading to the crew's quarters. The crew's quarters is a series of 10 small individual rooms. The ceiling above shows signs of tampering in multiple places. A quick glance reveals wiring, pipes, and vent access. You recognize that there is another human in here. The small kind of cubicle resting areas all have placards above them with crew members' names. Noise is coming behind the room designated for Rosa.
So there's another person here with us?
Yes.
Oh, hi. Hello. How you doing?
You hear a little bit of shuffling, and a curtain is drawn from the inside. Hello?
Are you Rosa?
Yeah?
Do you know anything about Mike?
Mike? Yeah. Yeah, he went missing last night. He's the only other mining engineer, so day off for me, right?
Do you know where his room might possibly be, maybe?
Can you read?
It's a good point. I look around.
I point at Mike's. I've already spotted it. I point at Mike's plaque.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna get back to what I was doing.
One moment, Rosa. You had mentioned he's the only other. You also frequent the mining shafts below?
I wouldn't call it a hobby, but yeah.
Would you happen to have like some sort of map or layout of the area? We're planning on looking for Mike, seeing if there's...
We're planning on exploring.
Sure.
Well, I think if you have a map, exploring it takes the fun away, so...
Well, we need a cheat sheet.
And I'm not exactly here for fun.
Okay, well, here's the run of it, huh? When you get to the bottom, there's going to be the entrance of the mine. There is going to be a tunnel leading in, which will take you to the depths. But if you look towards the entrance, there's a little crack in the wall. It's a bit of a tight squeeze. That'll take you to the antechamber of the mines.
So entrance, tunnel, antechamber.
Yeah. Okay, anything else?
Do you know of any reason to disappear down there? Any possible explanation for just the sudden vanishing of a person?
I'll be honest, Mike was acting kind of weird. He broke one of the showers last night. Weird, inhuman strength. Twisted a pipe with his bare hands. But I don't know anything in the mind that would do something like that. I stick to the depths. I don't really put my nose where it shouldn't be. That's Mike's work.
All right, Rosa. Before we go and leave you alone to your stuff, is there any nightlife on the station? Maybe you want to come out with us? We'll have a little groove thing going. Maybe do some dancing.
Feel free to not respond to Billy. Feel free to just ignore him. Hope you have a wonderful
My
rest of
friend
your
here
day.
really would need a date. I mean, it's been quite some time for him. No?
Shut up.
She closes the curtain.
Yeah,
You look like you need to have, let loose.
I just place my hand on your back and I just push you toward Mike's room.
You guys get to
Let's find
Mike's.
what we can.
You get to Mike's little room, and it is thoroughly cleaned out.
I think somebody's been here before us.
Astute observation. I'd like to look around, check for anything like maybe under the bed or in like, little crevices where they might have missed a belonging.
Oh, sure.
Of his.
Yeah. With a thorough search, you guys find that there is a cache behind one of the ceiling tiles, moved and pushed away, with an empty squirt bottle used for misting plants, along with a revolver with some ammunition.
So, cache behind ceiling tile. And
You said a revolver?
And a revolver with some ammunition. I'm going to chalk that up as a single chamber, 6 rounds.
Awesome.
Single
Anything
load.
else in there?
I don't know guns very well. Nope, that's it.
Any shoe polish or anything for the gun or?
No. It seems it's a nicely made bed. All other artifacts have been taken away. Or didn't exist to begin with.
Any, like, this is a long shot, but, like, strange writing or notes left behind, like, anything that could, even, like, maybe, like, a notebook that was left behind that might have some log information or a piece of tech that, I don't know if this is more of the thing where you log in a machine, if you log on paper or...
You know what? I will say, paired with the thorough search of his quarters that you made, you find that the ceiling tiles have also been shuffled kind of near the wall, quite near to the air vent.
Ah, okay.
Hate to say it, Billy, but I think there might be something going on in the air vents.
You're gonna make me go up there, aren't you?
I would very much love if you
Every
would.
time we get together, you piece of human dung.
And I just hand him the revolver and I say, in case something happens to you. Come on. And I'm gonna sort of like make a foothold for him so he can jimmy his way in there.
Great.
Okay. So I have the revolver. You know what? I'll load the revolver just in case I have to use it.
Great.
Unless it's already loaded as well. So that I don't know if there's that.
Sure. It's ready to go. 6 shots. And you use your
I
free
also have
hand.
ammunition. And, or did I get it ready to go myself?
I would say it's got 6 rounds in it.
Okay.
That's going to be my ruling on it.
Okay, cool.
And with you have one hand with the revolver. With your free hand, you get yourself into the air vents and start wiggling your way along.
What does it feel like?
Oh, it's not a great feeling.
Okay.
It is cold, unyielding.
Okay.
It's tight. You can feel as you breathe, your chest kind of tightens along the steel, unyielding walls of the vents.
I'll look back and yell, "It's like Everest in here!"
You can't look back. That's too tight. And it's only getting tighter. And in this moment, you think, I might die here.
I read a book like this once, where people walked into a mountain, and they came out these really stretched creatures because you couldn't go back. You could only go forward, and the mountain would, the thing would squeeze you down into like this weird linguine.
I wish I cared about what you were saying, and I'm gonna put my infrared goggles on so I can spy on him as he goes.
As you think this thought of body horror and the inevitable, why don't you make a fear save?
Fear save.
You are rolling underneath your fear save stat.
All right, so I have a 25 for fear.
Yes.
So what does that do for me?
So when you roll percentile, you are trying to get under 25.
Under
also,
25.
Of note, anytime you roll doubles, 11, 22, 33, 44, etc., that is going to be a critical. So, if you roll an 11 or a 22, that's going to be a critical success. Anything above that double is going to be critical failure.
Okay.
A 0 or 100 is always a critical success, and a 99 is always a critical failure.
Okay. Okay, so 0 and 100 are bottom of the line, and then I have to get under a 25.
Yes.
Sure. D100. Let's do it. So I got a D.
20?
Yes.
Okay.
Which means I need to down. Does that mean I pass? It needs to be under.
You do succeed in the fear save, and you keep your sanity and your loneliness in this this circumstance in check.
Okay.
As you continue to move through the vents, and you see as you continue along, whether it's this dim light, you see a small cassette tape within the vents.
Hey, there's a cassette back over here. I haven't seen one of these things since I was like 3. Rather than grabbing the cassette right away, let me just examine it. Like, is there like, does it have a sticker on it with writing on? Is it just a regular cassette tape? Is there any weird writing on it that's not on the label but maybe on the cassette?
It is a yellow cassette. It is currently unmarked, but it has had something recorded onto it. Yes.
I will take the cassette, and I'm assuming it's getting very tight now, yes?
It is, but you are fully in control of your facilities, and you are able to move wherever you please. Yeah.
Yeah, what were you going to say?
It forks off in a number of locations.
I am going to call back. There's a fork up here. Do you want me to keep going? I have a cassette tape.
If I put on my infrared goggles from my pack, I can see him, I assume.
The infrared goggles. Interesting thing. Let's look at the equipment sheet.
Sure.
Infrared goggles. Allows the wearer to see heat signatures sometimes several hours old. Good
Interesting.
point. I would say, yeah, you can see that Billy is kind of hanging in the space near you, and it looks like the fork would either lead to the washroom or the mess.
Okay. And is there any heat signature going in either direction of perhaps somebody hours ago having traveled through there or anything?
You see a slithering heat signature, very faintly, coming from the washroom to the room you're in currently, the quarters.
Uh,
I would note that I have the revolver.
I say, go in the, and then I'll translate the direction of the washroom.
Great.
Keep going.
I will continue to go and slither my way through like a gosh goodness snake. Like the silkiest snake there's ever snaked a drain.
Yeah. You slither along with expertise. And you find yourself exiting into the washrooms. What you see are showers and toilets in a series of cubicles. One shower is out of order, the pipe to the shower head bent and broken. The ventilation system is missing its filter, leaving an open hole to the vents, from which you sprout. And you are not alone.
I'm going to mention this to him. I'm narrating as I'm getting out. I'm getting out of the tube now. I see all these things now. Oh. There's someone in here now.
Can I help you?
Kyle, what's your character's name again? Above board.
John.
John! John! I'm not alone!
I'm playing tic-tac-toe with myself.
Pardon. This is occupied.
I'm looking for Mike.
I don't
Do you know where he's gone?
Somewhere. Why are you here?
You're not sitting on him, are you?
I'm naked.
I'm very sorry, but it's all right. I'm a doctor.
I've been listening.
That
Please
doesn't-
just come back now. Please.
I say, excuse me. What is this person's? Can I tell this person's gender?
It is a male.
Excuse me, madam. I have to go back to my friend now. And then I slither back through, and I from inside the vent, apologize profuse. I apologize profuse!
You slither away. But, John Brand,
Yes.
you for a moment feel that you might not be alone in this room. As suddenly the silence in all of the ambient noise in the room fades out. And for a moment you feel that there is a presence among you.
Should have come with me in the vents.
I want you to make a sanity save real quick.
Fuck yeah. Alright. Sanity is 30 for me. That is a 78. I have failed.
Mm-hmm. With that failure, you're going to take 7 stress to add to your total. As the abject silence that fills the room is suddenly broken as... Is someone making no noise? Is that a thing? Rosa pops out of her bunk. And the silence flees the room. And ambient noise is back. Was that you?
I suppose I was making no noise.
Did you I know there's white noise machines. Is there no noise machines? Like noise canceling machines?
I can't say I've heard of it. Don't you have things to do?
Yeah. I do.
Thank you. Fuck!
At this point, Billy emerges from the vents and is back in the quarters.
John, what are you so quiet for?
I-
What's wrong with you, man?
Listen, your noise is enough noise for both of us. What did you find?
Well, there was someone in the bathroom, a woman. It seemed improper of me to stay, so I quickly and assertively announced my exit and
Fantastic.
apologies.
Would you please be able to tell me about anything useful?
Well, as I remember, Paul, there was a pipe broken, yes?
Yes, the pipe to the shower head on one of the showers was bent and broken.
The pipe to one of the shower heads was bent, broken, and a little bit sad.
Interesting. And matches with
Possibly
Rose's
drippy.
story.
Maybe not, though. I could have hallucinated it.
Matches with Rose's story. Anything else of use?
Mm.
You had screamed something about a cassette or a recorder or of some kind.
Oh, yes! And you can see a little light bulb pop up over my head.
I
There
shattered
you
it.
go. Maybe we can play it somewhere, although I'm not sure where a cassette player would be on this ship.
You hear a curtain open again. Sorry. You said a cassette?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes.
It's not really helpful if you lie. But anyway.
What the hell, Billy?
Sorry.
Sonya has a cassette player in her bunk. We all kind of use it from time to time, so... Okay. I don't know.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait. Before you go,
Okay.
do you want to listen to it with us?
No, not really.
You don't like gossip? I mean, something interesting might have happened. How would
You
you ever
know-
know? You're just sitting in your bunk all alone.
Who says I'm
Are you
alone?
really living your life?
I'll tell you
Yes.
what. If there's any juicy gossip of any kind, I'll relay it to you.
See,
Thank
I
you.
told you guys should go out.
Okay, well...
Billy, and I...
I'm
Come
sorry,
on.
John. It's just I can't stand to see you so sad anymore.
I have since pushed him into Sonya's bunk.
You head into Sonya's bunk. A
Thank you for
lanyard
keeping us on track, Kyle.
Of course.
in Sonya's bunk, you see a lanyard hanging on a wall hook with a key card on it that authorizes airlock use when plugged into the workspace computer. There is also a boombox with a stack of cassettes that she sometimes brings into the workspace.
I will put our cassette in while I examine some of the other cassettes and try to play it on a low volume as to not insult or upset other residents in the area that might hear.
Fantastic.
But not so low that someone coming outside would think we're hiding.
Very well designated. You pop out what looks like a blue cassette that is marked Sonya, and add it to a number of cassettes that are have seen heavy use. And you plug in the yellow cassette. Now I will ask you both to play the yellow cassette.
I will play this yellow cassette. That is, I'm assuming, in our NPC channel.
That is the one.
Aha!
This is Mike.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to hold the blue cassette.
I'm not okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Something is wrong. The water... I don't know. I can't stay up here for long. I broke the shower. I told Sonya it was an accident, but it's the water. I don't think it likes the water. I'm going back into the mine. I need quiet. Oh God, I don't know. Please fix me. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
Okay. What is it, John?
I am unsure.
I don't like the sound of this at all.
He was talking a lot about the water not being liked by something.
And clearly he's increased in strength for some reason. May I make a biology check to see if I know of any substances that could possibly cause a physical increase in ability that could be conscious?
I think by being trained in biology, there are plenty of alien creatures and creatures that you are familiar with that
Common
are
to this area of
hydrophobic. Tied to this, space is immense. There are a number of things that are unknown about the universe at large. But it's a common trait of some sort of microbiological creatures. I hope that's a word. Okay. That they are hydrophobic, meaning that they have an aversion to water.
So here's what I'll say. John, this is just a hunch, but there are various microbes and other such creatures that have an aversion to water that could cause similar excuse me, boys, blanking on a word here. Similar symptoms. I think maybe one of the next steps we should take is we should talk to the folks in records or the folks at on the bridge and see what their most recent stops were. Maybe we can find a planet that happens to have one of these microbes and or forms. If we find their most recent stops, I think it'll be pretty likely that we'll be able to pinpoint what has infected our dear friend Mike here. Also, maybe we should listen to some of these other cassette tapes to see if he's recorded any more journal entries that could enlighten us to what.
It's not a terrible idea. In case this organism is still around as well, I pull out the little empty spray bottle and I'm like, I'd like to fill this with some of the water.
I think that's a good idea, John.
Yeah. Let's listen to some other cassettes first.
I'll put the blue one back in.
You pop the blue cassette back in. Go ahead and play blue.
By the way, were there two sides to these cassettes? If I put it in the opposite way, will there be a back end?
Just the one.
Okay.
All right, blue.
Pressing play.
Loud, angry music.
So you think that I'm a fool, feeling the way
Space rock.
I'm gonna be pissed at you if there's something substantial in the lyrics, because I don't want to listen to all of it.
I'm gonna listen to all of it. Just give me some dead air for a second. There is lyrics. Feeling the way I do, yeah.
Rosa comes out of her bunk and starts just kind of like jiving a little bit.
I'm gonna start dancing too. We're all dancing now.
Tapping my feet.
It's like Twin Peaks. Come on, guys.
Guitar solo. This continues on.
I stopped the cassette.
Oh man,
we all stopped.
I'm like, you stopped the cassette. Hey, I was listening to that. What?
Well, yeah, come on. We were just getting the guitar solo is my favorite part.
See, man, she gets it.
Yeah, thank you.
Ugh.
Okay, no,
rude.
No
I'm
class, no taste. And
I'm
she
like,
goes
yo,
back to her bunk.
We should wait. I was like, wait, we should listen to it later.
No. I put the cassette away.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna after he puts it away, I'm just gonna
just pocket it.
Really pocket.
You can safely assume that the rest of the cassettes contain the same.
Great. I leave. I walk out.
Perfect.
I'm gonna look at it one more time, and I'm gonna try one more cassette. I'm just gonna pick through the random and see what I find.
You load up the cassette into the cassette player. And it is a blown out, very degraded sound of the Doobie Brothers.
Oh! My great-grandfather really loved this music. I had to listen to it all the fucking time. No! 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 I can't do it! I can't do it!
Make a
And then I take
sanity
that,
check.
I stop it and I run out to John and I'm like, John, they had the Doobie Brothers.
Wonderful.
The
I'm getting
Doobie
water.
Brothers.
I walk into the shower.
Rosa's bunk doesn't even open and is like, thank God. You walk into the washroom. Do you want to hear the room description again?
I think I'm okay.
Great.
Just
just gonna.
so everybody knows, I love the Doobie Brothers and all of the rock that came out around that period.
Oh. And
Just
Benjamin
to be
Wadsworth
clear.
loves it too. I do take
Y'all
suggestions. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Freaky33.
Perfect.
You are now in the washrooms.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put the bottle up to one of the shower heads and turn it on just to fill it up with the specific shower water in case that's different from other water. Do I know if it's different from other water? I doubt it.
Do you have any skills that might add to that assumption?
Yeah, zero gravity. No, I don't.
I'm just gonna use my diagnostic scanner to scan the water.
Okay. So you the diagnostic scanner doesn't read anything in particular. For all intents and purposes, this is H2O water, clean and pure.
Okay.
Yeah, I fill up my boy squirt gun.
When he fills it up, I just show this to him and be like, hey, just so you know, it's just water.
Good job. It's water.
There's nothing in there. I don't know why you're getting water to just carry around all day.
Did you not listen to the cassette?
Oh, I mean, yeah, but the thing doesn't like the water, so why would it be in the water?
And then I put it into my bag. Is there, Billy, is there anything that you might be able to determine from the destruction of this? And I'm just gesturing toward the shower head that's broken.
I'm gonna say, you know what, maybe, and I'm gonna take a closer look and try and really look at all of the damage. I'm gonna scan slowly so I don't miss anything. And if there's something I don't know what it is, I'll mark that as unknown rather than ignore it.
You would note, looking at the pipe leading to the shower head, that it is stretched and sheared. The amount of force it would take to do this is inhuman.
Okay. John, this is not something a normal human could do. Everything is stretched. It looks completely misshapen. This is something to be concerned about. I think that we should inform the people in charge. I think that should be what we do next. And then we can go and look at their flight path. This could end up being quite dangerous.
Interesting. I'm gonna grab it and try and move it myself. Just like try and reshape it.
With your best
Just to
efforts, you can get something close, but it's not something you can manage yourself.
Interesting. All right. What do you say we go to the mess hall first? Get you a bagel.
Yeah, that sounds good. But first, maybe we should sanitize our hands. We've been all around this place, and we don't know what stuff we might have touched.
Sure.
I would prefer to stay away from the showers and the amenities. Let's go to the health center and get some sanitizer.
If that's what you'd like to do, lead the way.
Mm. And our characters have access to the map, yeah?
You do.
Let me check the map to make sure there is a health center.
I don't think so.
You can recall that there is a semi-permanent med bay in the workspace.
Okay. Then last thing before we go, I don't know if we have anything similar to cell phones, but can I take a picture of the room? So if there's anything we missed, we might be able to find it in the picture.
I have a body cam.
Actually, yeah. What does it record to?
Digital.
Paul? Yeah, digital.
Okay.
Like
So we'll have access to that footage. John, can you make sure we have access to some of the footage of the bathroom?
Yeah, I press my right boob and it records or whatever, and then it stops.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
Nice job, Buzz.
thanks. Let's go.
You leave the washrooms and enter the quarters again. And you see a tall, cat-like human man leaving the mess and entering their bunk.
I'm really tempted to just yell out, "Sir, you're extremely cat-like." I'm weighing the decision.
Okay.
It's processing.
Okay.
Process.
No. I passed my last sanity check.
Good.
I look over. There's something on your mind, Billy, or you look stressed. You.
Mr. Mistopheles?
I grab him and just sort of. It'll be okay, and we go to the mess hall.
Bagels!
Okay. You hear a little bit of rustling inside of the cubicle quarters, and you pass right by it into the mess hall. Nothing of import for you to see in the quarters. And you enter the mess hall proper. This is the station's communal eating area. Various objects litter the tabletops, including a blue cassette and a cardboard box with prints written on the side with permanent marker. Sorry, nix that blue cassette part. You guys already heard that. There is also a hydroponic garden that provides fresh salad to the station, though it looks as if the plants are beginning to wilt.
Oh.
There is also another person in here. Or rather, someone with person-like qualities. As you see that inside the cardboard bags, there's a little kitty cat raising its head.
Am I psychic, John? I was
No.
just thinking about cats.
I can tell you right now, you are not psychic or really anything special.
Why must you hurt me?
Why must you speak? Would you like to say hello to the cat?
Pass my sanity check. I passed my sanity check. I passed my sanity check. I will pet the cat, staring directly at John with this face.
You pet the cat, and it pushes up against your hand. It's very happy to receive the affection. Though, right as you pet the cat, suddenly the ambient noises, the whirring and humming of the station seems to leave the room again.
I immediately tell John, it's quiet. Something's going on.
And more silence fills the room.
I start patting John on the shoulder.
And the cat, Prince, as you might put together, begins to arch its back and stare towards the entrance of the room.
I stare at the entrance of the room.
You see nothing.
I look at the cat and I'm like, dude, what are you seeing?
The
I
cat
put on my.
arches its back, and its hairs stand on end, staring directly to the entrance of the room.
John, there's something at the entrance of the room that we can't see.
I put on my infrared goggles and see if anything comes up.
You see You see, the entire room is covered in 3-toed footprints. And towards the entrance of the room, there's a fuzzy, not quite humanoid shape. I need both of you to roll sanity checks.
I can't see it because I'm not wearing the goggles.
Okay.
Should I roll more sanity checks because I'm scared of the sound thing and I know the cat's screwing up or freaking out, or should I roll less sanity? Like,
Are you aware of the danger in the room?
I would say, yeah. I would say hyper aware in the sense that I want to wear the goggles but can't, and now I'm tapping him on the shoulder.
I'm gonna say Billy roll fear and John
Okay.
roll sanity.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I like that. I like that. What happened? What happened with your dice? Let your dice tell the story.
I rolled a 1.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm doing well today.
I rolled a
great.
31 against 30.
oh,
I'm crying right now.
John, you're gonna
Just
take
happened.
2 stress to be added to your total. And I'm gonna need both of you to roll speed checks. Let me read something from the core rulebook that I just love. Real quick. Combat in Mothership is incredibly deadly, and usually best avoided altogether in favor of running and hiding.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
Delicious morsels of words.
Let's do those speed checks.
So how do we do that? Because I have a 39 in speed, and I want to roll whatever needs to be rolled.
Under 39.
I see. I understand.
Oh, Kyle, are those dice telling a story?
The dice are telling a messed up story. That's a 99.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
I got a 24.
What's
Great.
going on?
I'm so happy right
In
now.
my eyes, you're useless. I'm useless in reality, though, right now.
But seriously, here's my thing. My luck is going to go very quick, and I know it's going to go, and I'm going to be in...
Here's the deal. We are going to sort this out right now. Kyle, we're going to do a panic check for you. You are first going to gain 1 stress. And then you are going to roll 2d10. Not a percentile. Excuse me. You're going to roll 2d10 and try and score over your current stress. What is your current stress?
12.
Best of luck.
Yeah. Well, I'm rolling high today.
I think my first action is I'm gonna try and find something in my med kit that can help calm him down.
So my stress is 12. I rolled 12.
Perfect. You are going to roll 2d10 again and add them. And then add the number of your current stress.
Okay.
So 2d10 plus 12.
That is a 23 total.
This is going to be difficult. Kyle.
Okay.
Your panic pervades your psyche and is going to manipulate your decision making. For the next 12d10 days.
Can I use some kind of medication on my friend here?
Why don't you with your dice calculator do 12d10 for us?
12d10, okay.
Yes.
Care.
Kyle and therefore John Brand.
So I
for
got
the next
76.
for the next 76 days, whenever you encounter a stranger or known enemy, you must make a sanity save, or else immediately attack them.
Me?
John Brand.
Me.
Oh, oh, no.
For the next 76 days.
For the next 2.5 months.
So, is that because I gave him a drug?
Nope, that's because he failed the panic check.
Ah, thanks, man.
Great.
Can I try and give him a drug that will help his mood?
Well, here's what I am going to say. You both know that there is an immediate danger in the room.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point.
You, Billy Boyd, you're going to get 2 significant actions to make in this room.
Okay. 2 significant actions to make in this room. Number 1 action is where? I'm asking you, John. Where?
Am I able to respond? Is that like a free
Yes.
action for me?
Yeah.
And I just point.
Great.
I take a chair and I use my combat military training to throw the chair wherever John just pointed.
Okay. You are going
Also,
to...
I'm going to pick up a bagel from the table and start eating it, because I'm assuming it's a free action to do so.
That I will allow you to do that for free.
Okay.
But you are going to need to make a combat roll, adding your military training to attack the unknown creature. So because you cannot see it, I'm going to make you roll it at disadvantage.
Okay.
Roll twice, take the worst result.
Okay. Here we go. Wait, I have to... Okay, so that was a 1. Let's see if I get lucky. $24.
And your combat is?
My combat is 34.
Great. You launch this chair and see as it hurtles through the air, hits seemingly nothing, and falls limply to the ground.
Okay.
And you hear as the ambience returns to the room. John Brand, having critically failed your speed check and letting a form of your panic spread over your mind, influencing your decisions. Anyone you haven't met already is going to be considered a stranger, and you will need to make a sanity check to fight the urge to engage in combat with them.
For 76 days.
That is the case. And we are going to take a 5-minute break. And I will see you both back here at 2:35.
Alrighty.
Wonderful. Thank you for the fun game.
Yeah. No, we're not done yet. We're not done yet.
know.
We're far from done.
Are we streaming during this break? Like, how does this...
I'm going to go to a pause screen, and anyone at home, please bear with us as we take a small bathroom break.
I'm not even really chewing. I was just rolling it around pretend.
Oh,
We are
man.
back in the mess hall, feeling different. Whatever the chair collided against is now in another part of the station. And Prince has gone back to purring and chillin' in the cardboard box. What do you do?
Whose cat is this? Anybody? Do we know whose cat this is?
No answer.
Not the time, Billy. Not the time.
Hey, he warned us about the scary thing in the room. We might as well take care of him.
And I'm just gonna look around. I'd like to pull out the spray bottle and turn it around on myself and just spray myself in the face a little bit. See if it like wakes me up or like, you know, just something.
You
Hey,
spray.
John, you're looking real twitchy.
The cat kind of looks at you interesting. Doesn't like the spray bottle itself, but you don't feel anything but damp.
Okay.
You alright, Johnny? Johnny boy.
I feel fine. I feel fine. We should relay some information to Sonya. Let her know about the things that we've discovered, and then we should probably make our way down to the shaft.
Above board, is Sonya the woman we met at the very beginning, or
Yeah.
the woman from... Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go to Sonya, and then let's take you to the med unit, okay? Okay? We gotta get you a little nappy nap.
Come on. And I start walking.
You head out of the mess into the quarters. A little bit of noise behind several of the cubicles, but no one knew. And you head into the workspace, which is surprisingly clean, and Sonya is there, working and tapping away at the workspace computer terminal.
Hey, Sonya, how you doing?
I'm doing just fine, thank you very much.
You seen any invisible scary things that make the sound in the room go off? And then seem to be afraid of chairs and cats?
If it was invisible, how could I see it?
Well, I mean, we knew there was something there, but we didn't see it until my buddy here put on some weird goggles, and then he saw it, but now he's acting strange.
Is this a joke? It sounds like you're making a joke. Is this
John,
a
you're
joke?
the serious one.
Allow me, we've been experiencing some overwhelming silences. Have you experienced that?
The only place I've known dead silence is in the, in the mine shaft. I told you I'd stay away from that place. The silence kind of gets to me.
Is there any way, like, what are the entrances or openings to the mine shaft? And are there any pipes that go down there as well?
The freight elevator is your best and only bet, to be honest.
I don't just mean for us. I mean in general. Is there air that is vented through there? Are there any other plumbing pipes that go down and intersect with the mine shaft?
Well, there's no need for ventilation. There is no air down there. It really is just the freight elevator.
Interesting. Well,
You know, on the subject of strange, unexplainable, I know that the scientist, Dr. Ethan Giovanni, of the Heracles, is in Dock Bay number 1. Might be use to you.
Yeah, sure.
What use would he be to us?
A wealth of knowledge. But
We'll certainly go talk to him, but I think... Do you have a cassette player anywhere in your office?
it's not necessarily protocol, but yes, I have a cassette player.
Would you mind listening to this? I brought it. It's a tape of Mike. He's talking about something kind of weird.
Yeah, I'll do that right away. Sounds good.
We found it in the vents in his room.
I will give this its due time. And she exits the workspace, leaving the computer terminal open for you all.
Do you mind if we take a look at the computer real quick? Yelling out as she leaves.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, let's go take a look and see if we can find any records or video recordings of any of the crewmates in the last couple days. Maybe we can get an understanding of Mike's behavior by watching watching where he's been in the last few days.
You're the computer person. Go ahead.
I am the computer person, so I will touch buttons and I will figure things out with computery magic like Freakazoid.
Yeah.
And I'd like to walk around like the little like makeshift medical place in the workspace that you had mentioned.
Great.
And just see if there's like, I don't know, some Prozac or something. Like, I don't know, something to like get me to calm down.
I'm also just gonna start humming this. Da 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 and trying to do this.
I have no
thing.
idea what that is, but you know what?
The Freakazoid theme song. It's the Freakazoid theme song. Yeah.
I thought it was dun 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 doop doop doo doop doo.
I think that's the better version. Yeah, that's closer.
Much better.
DuckTales. Ooh. All right. I will say that the semi-permanent med bay contains only the barest of medical implements. Basically, you'll find 2 stim packs and a couple of rolls of gauze, disinfectant, but nothing quite substantial for your current predicament.
No, man, if we had MacGyver here, you could just totally whip up some weird fentanyl fork that you could like stab into your cheek and then somehow be okay again.
Looking at the computer terminal, what exactly are you searching
That's what
for?
you need. So number one, I'm looking for patient records, for Mike and for anyone that was around Mike in the last couple days. I'm looking for foot traffic, where he's been, who he's spoken to, anything that's public record. And if there's anything that is not public record that I can find, maybe I'll try to unencrypt it or figure out how to get access to it, unless it feels like somebody's really trying to hide it, and then I'll just ask questions to Sonia when she gets back, if that's the case, because I don't want to be rude and break into private files in case they've got some happy times with a friend or like a dog or personal pictures that I don't have any need to access.
Sure. Carefully searching through the computer's records, you find that there are diagnostic records of air filters, the shower being out of order, all systems being within acceptable operating parameters. You do find that there is a record of the airlocks opening in and out. One about an hour ago, opening to Dock Bay 2, which you all came out of, and one about 2 days prior, opening to the Heracles. But otherwise, the system is pretty much clean, save for the arrival of the Heracles 5 weeks ago.
Okay.
You have
I definitely want to go talk to this doctor, and I definitely want to go talk to this doctor in the dock.
Looking through the airlocks, you find that the opening to Dock Bay 1 is password encrypted. A 4-digit PIN is required to open the airlock and get into the Heracles. You also find a very choppy video feed of the past 24 hours of a Mike sulking as he exits the mine shaft, goes to the washroom, disappears from the washroom, goes through the quarters, and heads back to the mine.
So he disappears through the like he goes in there and then and then vanishes inside the washroom and ends up somewhere else?
Knowing where you've been, you can surmise that he has been into the vents.
Into the vents.
Mhm.
So he probably, that may be when he stashed the recording in there. No, because if he goes into the, if he was in, okay, I'm just retracing. He was in the mine, goes into the bathroom, disappears from the bathroom into the vent. Clearly, he was doing something in the vent. Could have put the recording in there at the time, which means he recorded that earlier.
In the recording, he mentions breaking
Yeah.
the shower pipe.
Yeah.
So
So this has been a minute.
yeah,
It's been a little bit since whatever happened.
within the past 24 hours. Yeah.
And then he tried to cover it up by putting the thing in the vent so no one would find it.
I am going to place my hand on your shoulder and say, can we go to the Heracles now? Talk to Mr. Giovanni.
Yeah. Just one more thing. I'm going to take a look at Mike's medical record week.
You find the medical record for Michael Mickelson, which shows a clean bill of health.
Huh. No psychiatric visits, no emotional disturbances, nobody reported him. Okay. All right. I'm gonna look back up at you and John, let's wait for Sonia to get back. Chat with her really quick and maybe we'll all go over there together.
Okay.
Are you sure you're okay? You seem very tense.
I feel fine. Just a little spooked from what happened in the mess.
I've never known you to get spooked. Ugh. This is gonna be a weird day.
With that,
It already has been.
With that, Sonia enters the room again and says, and she's holding the yellow cassette. She said, "Listen, this is pretty damning stuff. I don't want this to get out to the rest of the crew. Are you sure no one else listened in on this?"
The only person that I think could have is Rosa.
Rosa. Okay.
Rosa was in her bunk. She came out a couple of times. She wasn't there when we played this, but a few minutes later, we were checking through the other cassettes and there was some music and she came out for that. She could have been listening, but she seemed really uninterested.
She's usually tight-lipped, so I'm not so worried about that.
There was another guy, cat-like.
He was much later, though.
Yeah, he came in as we left. I don't know if he had anything to do with this or not, but I thought I'd mention it just in case.
Okay. I can go get him. Do you want that?
First, take a look at this video footage I found of Mike. I think this may be when he put the cassette in the vent. Maybe he came from the mines and then afterwards he went back in. Take a look.
She looks at the video feed and it is choppy, but it is a good summary of what happened in the past 24 hours. And she said, she kind of takes this and lets it sit. And she says, okay. I think it's best you go down there. I won't let you go alone. I'll bring my best man here. Strong, capable. And, he can give you a guide of the mines firsthand.
Maybe we should consult that doctor too before we go in. See if he has any I have a bit of an understanding of microbes that are resistant or have an irritation with water. I'm not sure where the last few places you might have docked would be, but maybe it didn't come from you. The doctor that we're going to speak to, he came here about 5 weeks ago.
5 weeks.
From
yeah. He's one of the Unicorp researchers.
Yeah, we need to talk to him before we go down to them. Will you come with us?
To speak to Dr. Giovanni, I'm sorry, but I don't have clearance. He has his own keypad that is now hardwired into the airlock. You're gonna need a pin. I mean, I can sit here and guess 1 through 10,000 and kind of hard, break my way into the system, but I'm sure some failsafe is already put in place from preventing me from doing that.
Can we communicate with him on a comm?
Yes. Yeah. Go right ahead. And she kind of gestured towards the terminal.
Okay. All right. What's the doctor's name again?
Dr.
Ethan Giovanni.
Giovanni?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hello. Dr. Giovanni, this is Dr. Billy Boyle.
Oh, everything's fine here. Thanks for asking.
Oh, no, we're just calling about some information. Do you think you could help us? Could we meet in person?
No need to check on me. Things are just fine.
No. I'm not trying to check in on you. I was hoping you could help me with something.
I grab Billy by the shoulder and say, I think it's automated.
Well, it was great talking to you.
Can I leave a
Ta-ta for
message?
now.
And the intercom shuts off.
I look at Sonia. Sonia?
Yes.
What
Have
was
you
that?
ever seen Giovanni?
Yeah, he was
In
here
person?
2 days ago. I will admit that was strange. And I
Do you have an override to that airlock?
just understand that I'm breaking a lot of protocol for this to happen.
Well, if you need to go through some channels, maybe you should do that now if you feel more comfortable.
Well, she reaches into a back pocket and pulls out a scrawled note. And she says, "Now, there is probable cause for this. That is not a natural or reassuring thing to hear through the intercoms when there is a crisis going on this station. So,
You remember that gentleman you talked about, the one who's going to help us get into the mines? I think you should call him now. Yeah, John?
Yeah.
great idea." She dips her head into the hallway between the workspace and the quarters. She says, "Kentaro, over here, right now. We need your help." And
I'm going to log this into the computers, and I'll log our stuff in so that we have a record.
Out of the walkway approaches a large, burly man. A stranger to John Brand. I need you to make a sanity save.
It is 30. 14. You didn't attack the guy we needed.
Great. Holy. Okay. This large burly man walks up and extends a hand for you to shake.
I heartily shake it, the most assured I've been all day.
I'm just going to look at John. John, you have so strange today. And then I'll offer my hand and say, Dr. Billy Boyle.
He introduces himself as Kenji Kentaro. And he shakes your hand, and it is a vice grip. It is one of the most steely handshakes you have ever received in all of your years.
I get very much like, I start remembering my father, like that is a good handshake, sir. Very good. Very good. And I look at him and like, you're very large.
Thank you. And Sonia walks over to the terminal, puts in a 4-digit code, and a green light appears next to the airlock to Dock Bay 1. Kintaro says, "Well, after you."
Have you been briefed, Kintaro?
I only know that I'm called when danger's afoot.
So here's the deal. Might be some microbes loose in the mines. They might have taken Mike. Clearly, whatever has taken Mike has given him some seriously strange strength abilities, as well as an aversion to water. We found a audio tape in the vents discussing this. And when we tried to call the doctor of John, what was that ship called?
The Heracles.
The Heracles, the doctor of the Heracles. We got a strange automated message. And Sonia, can I play a recording of the message we got?
Absolutely. And do you play the recording, Mike's recording? Or, sorry, the doctor's recording.
I'll play the doctor's recording and I'll say, if you want to hear Mike's recording, we can do that too. But I wanted you to be fully briefed because there's some serious tomfoolery about.
If anything, I'll stop what needs to be stopped. And, he wipes his nose and, stands next to the airlock.
Okay, is everybody ready?
I walk in.
The door...
John, you can't just... I was doing a thing!
John walks in. And, John, you are the first to see the Heracles, a great angular research vessel, granted to the Unicorp for researching whatever this mining colony of Ypsilon 14 is producing. And you get yourselves aboard the ship. The interior of this ship is sleek, white, and clean. Contains all of the usual amenities, but the washroom has been violently destroyed using a crowbar. The ship's...
Once again, interesting.
Yeah.
So but this one looks like it was using a crowbar rather than strength itself. That is interesting.
You continue into the ship to find yourselves inside of the science lab. Clean, white, and in the middle is a figure standing away from you. Presumably, Dr. Ethan Giovanni.
I'm just going to look over to John and say, hey, you mind hanging back a little bit? Just hang out with the strong man while I go talk to our doctor buddy, okay? Just stay back here.
I shrug off your hand. I don't answer to you. Giovanni!
So pleased to make your acquaintance.
John Brand, roll a sanity save.
Five!
What is happening? This
Great.
is amazing.
Beautiful.
How the
Wow.
turns have tabled.
You see as Dr. Ethan Giovanni stands there, silent, smiling. And he sits there.
Have you come to see the results of my experiments?
Sonia, do you have a log of these experiments?
Sonia's standing around a corner, kind of like poking out. She says, "It's not my place."
Who is he representing? Does anyone represent him on the station? Is that, how did he get here? Did he log, like, do
What
we have a mission
experiments?
statement?
I would be happy to show you my experiments.
As a fellow scientist, why don't you tell us about your experiments first, so that we can have a full dialogue? Maybe I'll be able to, prompt something in you that will go into a new direction, possibly.
Oh, you'll get to see my research firsthand.
And as his smile widens and widens, a yellow goo begins to drip out of his mouth like egg whites, dribbling down his chin and wetting the front of his suit.
Can I make a biology check? Because I thought of microbes that would have an aversion to water, and I thought maybe I could pinpoint stuff that might also do that.
You think, just for a fleeting moment, those two things might be one and the same. As Dr. Ethan Giovanni pulls out a scalpel and lunges at the three of you. Everyone roll speed checks.
Oi! Oi, 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 oi.
Okay. 28 out of 43, so we're good.
Great.
So, got a 1.
Great.
Which normally gives me anxieties to have heart palpitation.
Yeah.
But then I realized, oh wait, that's good for me. And then I started to feel really strange. So just give me a second.
Okay.
Also, just so I know, 0 and 100 are the same on a percentile die.
No, a 0-0 is always a critical success, and a 99
And a 100.
are a 0 and a 100 are the same. Sorry, I was thinking of something completely different.
All good.
But a 0-0 is going to be critical success.
And a 1 is a
That's just good. Very
that's
good.
That's just good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to say
99 is critical failure. Gotcha. Okay.
Right. John Brand is going to be able to make the first 2 significant actions.
The first thing that I'd like to do is pull out the water squirter, and I'd like to attempt to spray him in the goop on his mouth, in his face.
Nice.
Yeah. Go ahead and, why don't you pick either combat or intellect and choose your higher number to roll under.
I'll do combat, which is 40. Oh, it was almost 21, but it's 61.
20. Oh, okay. 21
it is a
under
61.
61.
No, it was almost a 21, but then it cocked back over. 61 over 40.
So you almost did fantastic.
I almost did great, but I did bad.
Yeah. So, you, in your first significant action, you fail to spray Dr. Giovanni with. I think it was it was set to mist mode instead of spray, so it just goes 2 feet in front of you. It makes kind of a cloud of water that dissipates immediately after.
John, not mist, spray! Not mist, spray!
For my second significant action, I will adjust the setting and attempt to just is he within melee range?
I'd say he's about 15 feet away from you.
Do I still
15
have the
feet?
cat with me?
No.
Okay.
Uh,
I remember talking about it, but I don't think I grabbed him.
I'd like to attempt to gain advantage by grabbing him, by closing the distance, possibly grabbing him by the shoulder neck area and just pinpointing.
That
If
might
is
be.
allowed.
I would say that's 2 significant actions. I think you can choose one or
Okay.
the other. Close the distance or spray again.
Okay. I will choose to spray again.
Great. Combat, intellect, whichever one.
Yeah. Are you That is a 99. Are you kidding me?
Oh no!
Gain 1 stress.
Uh-huh.
Let me check something real quick.
You're gonna be psychotic by the end of the day.
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna see the end of the day, Ari.
Oh no!
Yep. Okay.
Jeez.
Let me ask you this, Kyle. As a
Sure.
creative, as an improvisational artist, how could you make
Absolutely.
this situation much worse?
How could I make the situation much worse? Using the knowledge of I'm trying to shoot him with the squirt gun.
Yeah.
Possibly that I just sort of re-recognize that he isn't somebody that I know, leaning back on the 99 that I've already rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps changing my mind and throwing the bottle at him entirely.
Sounds good.
That relieving me of that tool.
You throw the squirt bottle, and it soars majestically through the air. And the cap seems to, slip off, unscrewing itself somehow. And the water in slow motion goes out and glitters in the air as it covers all of the research material, the console in the center of the room. And the room goes completely dark. Dr. Giovanni is on the move. Billy Boyd, what are your 2 significant actions?
Okay. So I've had the revolver all this time.
Mm-hmm. Loaded, ready to go, in your hand.
Sonia, I'm sorry. Pop. I'm gonna shoot the doc. I'm gonna shoot the doc with my military training.
Great. You are going to, since you are now in darkness, be rolling at disadvantage.
Got it. 2 rolls, take the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was 100.
Great.
And that was a 5.
Perfect. We'll take the 5. Standard success. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
So that's going to be with a revolver. That is going to be 3d10.
3d10. Let's do it. 3d10. 3d10. 119.
3d10?
I'm sorry. I did 1d100 and 3. So that's 1d1003. Let me fix that, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really bad roll then. Okay. 1d1003 and I got...
That's astronomically low.
Should I just take it? No, I'm
Nah.
3d10 3d10 that would be 17.
17 damage. You unload a single round into Dr. Giovanni's. Let's see it. Oh boy. Okay, let's see where it hits.
And that's just my first action.
That's just your first action.
Yes.
In the darkness. You hear the cracking of bones as a single round is inlaid into Dr. Giovanni's torso. He lurches backwards and then reaffirms his lunge forward. What is your second
I will
action?
Shoot a second slug into this failure of a doctor who clearly got himself hurt by his own mechanism.
Great. Go ahead and roll another combat roll at disadvantage, plus your military training.
Yes, indeed. Please, please, please don't fail me now. 2. Let's do another one. That one still wins. I got a 31 and my combat is 34.
Wow. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna roll. I do roll an armor save, which isn't great.
Go for it. Go for it.
I rolled a 38, but you have slugs that minus it by 5, I believe. Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. The score to beat was 30, and I rolled a 38. So, roll damage.
Ooh.
Okay. 3d10. Let's do it. That was a 22 this time.
A 22. Again, around to the chest of Dr. Giovanni. And the sparks off of the console, you see as this figure that was once headed towards you with great expediency glitters in the darkness and falls silently to the floor. Dr. Giovanni is very much dead.
We need a
Kentaro-
light. Just yell out, we need a light.
Almost as if summoned by your voice, the emergency lights by a backup generator flood the room, and you are all covered in dull red light.
So, I'm going to do something that's not actually advantageous for me, but should I roll a sanity for just having killed somebody?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're a scientist. That's not your line of work.
Yeah, I first do no harm, so gotta hold on to this. So D100. I got 100.
You are emboldened by this kill.
I'm almost sociopathic.
How much stress do you
Ray!
have currently? How much stress
I
do you
have
have?
2 stress.
You go back down to 1.
Okay.
You love this.
Okay. All right. This is insane. I'm insane. This is freaky. I'm freaking out. All right. It's fine.
Kentaro was getting himself ready for combat, and he says, "Well, I guess you got it." And he-
Kyle, I'm trying so hard to get some stress points so that we can be closer together here. And every time I try, it
Trust
gets
me,
worse.
you don't want to be anywhere near me right now.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I sort of just clamber over, and I'd like to check the pockets of Dr. Giovanni, see if there's anything.
You check the pockets of Dr. Giovanni. Nothing in particular, but you find a second pair of infrared goggles, matching your own.
Beautiful.
You notice the egg white substance that has dribbled down his chin and has begun to froth at his mouth. What do you do with that?
More than pockets. Do I have anything back?
So,
No.
I want to take a sample, but I'm too busy being Clint Eastwood.
I do gesture over to Billy, and I say, "Come here, take a look at this. You might want to take, if you have some sort of container, put it in there."
Don't you worry, Johnny. I'll take care of it.
You also seem very different, and I hope that you're okay.
I was a little stressed out earlier. Mom kept but it was just fine.
And I'm just gonna hand over the infrared goggles that I found. I found another pair. Here you go.
Take a look.
With the infrared goggles, you see footsteps heading from the console towards you, but it looks like Dr. Giovanni hasn't made a step in a number of days.
Clearly this man has been affected. We really need to find. This could get bad.
Right. Before we do that, I take out my bioscanner.
Great.
And I would like to just generally scan the rest of the ship, see if there are other life forms.
With a scan, you see that Dr. Giovanni was the only life form in here.
I'm going to do something as well. I have taken a sample of the goo. Careful not to get any on my hands.
I'm gonna need you to make a body save at advantage.
Body save at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Save advantage. Whoosh. You know what's funny?
What's up?
My best stat is sanity, and I haven't rolled a single one yet because I've only been rolling fear.
Beautiful. Love to see it.
Oh, okay. So body's 25. So I need to be to 25. I do that time. And I do that time. 15 and 14.
Jesus.
15, 14. You're rolling D100, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Every time.
crazy.
I use the Dice X app.
I use that too. It's good.
That's my last one.
Okay. Fantastic.
I am getting incredibly lucky.
With surgical
Except for that
precision, that can only be done by a scientist of your caliber. You are able to scoop up the sample, and you recognize that in the room there is a set of multiple sets of equipment for examining such samples.
Okay. Number one, I do want to use the equipment to examine the samples. I also want to quarantine the doc now that we've gotten. Number one, I'm going to ask the big man to search his person to see if there's anything we can find on him that would be useful. But to make sure his hands don't touch the substance. Number two, I'm going to examine the substance myself. I'm going to use my cybernetic scanner on the substance since now we have some of it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to scan around because even if it's not a living organism, maybe I can find traces of whatever it actually is in the area. Like when you look at a black light in a zap zone, shit, there's so much dust in.
Yeah. I'm going to say, you go over to the microscope and examine the sample. I assume you don't have xenobiology as a trained skill.
I do not, just biology.
If you can, why don't you take half of your biology skill and add it. And while you're doing that, Kentaro walks over to the body, and he's kind of being pretty rough with it. And he's, it's not a real issue about the stuff. No, it's all over the mines.
I'm sorry, what?
The stuff that coming out of his mouth.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Do you keep wiping
Has
your
he
nose
been
for?
down there? Has the doctor been down there, Sonia? Do you have any records of the doctor going down to
Sonia has already gone. She's back through the airlock, probably, back on the terminal.
Okay. I'll call her on the comm then.
Can I help you?
Okay, one, you sound super weird.
That's just how radios sound.
Okay, fine. Sonia, do you have any record of the doctor going down into the mines or meeting with Mike in the last couple of days? Whatever that stuff down in the mine is, that substance, he seems to have ingested it.
Ingested? Hold on,
Somehow.
I'm gonna look at the tapes again. I'll report back to you.
I look at Kentaro. I say to him, "Do you have a cold?
Something like that.
What are you
Can I
wiping
get a
your
blood
nose
sample?
for? Have you personally encountered any of this stuff?"
Look, man, I don't need to say nothing to you.
No, you don't. We're just trying to help. See if there's anything we can do for you. Do you mind if I take a blood sample? Would that be alright?
I do mind. And he stands up and kind of like shuffles the body away from him, and it clatters to the floor. He says, if you need me, I'll be in my bunk.
Wait, before you go, if it's not okay for me to have a blood sample, would it be alright if I get a urine sample? I don't know that you're affected. You might.
And he sneezes all over you.
Number one, I'm not next to him, so how did
Damn
he do
it.
that?
It's a very productive sneeze, and tendrils fly
That's fine.
out. No.
That's fine. Okay. No,
If he's not next to you, he's
I'm
not
in
next
the
to you.
area in the testing on the comm and stuff. But that would have been terrifying, and I would have definitely have needed to roll a sanity after that.
Sorry. That's
But so he sneezes in my direction.
yeah.
Does any of the stuff that lands on the floor look like the same substance?
Absolutely. I don't know. I got a cold. It's fine.
Here's the thing, sir, and you don't have to take my word for it. The same substance that was in him and seems to be in the mines is now all over the... Now, I'm not going to ask you to go to the med station. You don't need to give me any samples. But I am going to need you to report to your bunk and stay in there for 24 hours. Okay? And we'll bring food to you, and you'll have an entertainment system ready to go. But I want to observe you just to make sure that you're all right, because it may be that whatever got into both of you doesn't affect you the same. So you might be just fine.
I would like to interrupt Billy and just say, hey, don't worry about him. He takes all this stuff way too seriously. You can go do what you need to do.
John, are you a doctor?
Kentaro, you're good.
Peace.
John, this is serious business. You are being ridiculous.
I grab Billy and I say, shut up.
Gintaro, just kind of nods and sulks out of the room.
And then I'm gonna look at John. John, what was that about? He could be carrying it all over the fucking place. Do you know how many people could be infected?
Yeah, and do we have 24 hours to observe them? I think not. We need to get whatever we need from here and get off. The way I see it, all of these people are already fucked. And I'm trying to get out of here before we end up the same.
Well, we at least need to set up a quarantine to keep people separated. So that
but it
maybe
seems like
some of them
everybody's
can be
already taken.
Don't like this, but all right. Okay, so here's the plan. What we're gonna do is we need those suits, so if we have to go down in those, we don't get infected ourselves. 2, Sonia seems all right. She doesn't have a cold. What that means is she hasn't been infected. We need to let her know to stay in her office and keep it sealed. Number 3, we need to alert the people in medical. They will know what the protocol is on this ship. They will handle it. You and I will go and try to figure this out. Number 1, we need to find the codes for the administrator, because Mike seems to be the only one who's gotten us off the ship. If we can't find those codes, we're screwed and we're stuck here too. And I don't plan on dying today. Do you?
No.
Okay. Let's do a full check of this area. If these two are the first infected, Mike and the doctor, they probably had some kind of connection. We got to figure out what that is. And number 3, we need to figure out if Mike wrote down that... Sorry, that would be like 5. We need to figure out if Mike wrote down that password for us. Otherwise, we're never getting out of here. Or, who's Mike's boss? Who's Mike's boss? Who gave him the password in the first place, unless he just made it...
We can ask Sonia.
Good call. Okay, what's the next step?
Analyze this shit. Figure out what it does.
Okay. I'm going to use my diagnostic scanner on my sample, and I'm also going to put Sonia on the comm and just let her know to be wary of the strongman, because he has some of the same stuff in his system, and unless we could find an antidote or something, he might be dangerous.
Okay. What was your biology check, by the way, for this goo? I'm gonna say make it at advantage because you do have the diagnostic.
It was 15 and 14.
Right. You analyze the yellow goo and realize that anyone who comes into direct contact with this must make a body save at disadvantage or have their biology slowly rewritten from the inside as the yellow goo attempts to heal them. The first sign of change is an aversion to water. The victim regains all health and gains advantage on strength checks. However, in 2d10 hours, they will start to melt, losing 1d10 health every 10 minutes until they turn into a puddle of yellow goo.
Okay, so I'm going to relay all that to John, and the number one thing that I'm going to say is this. From what we know so far, this could have either from the doctor's ship mines. I think the number one thing we got to do is seal off the mines completely. I don't know if going down there is the right move. We might cross some animal collection of microbes that could be damaging even in a suit. At the end of this, you just become... You basically melt into a puddle of goo. It's trying to heal the person, and my guess is whatever it's doing is damaging to the human system because it thinks it's healing it into whatever the substance is. That's what I can get so far. The fact that it's all over the mines is...
I couldn't give two shits less about the specifics. What I care about is the password. What we do next depends entirely on if anybody can get us that password or not. If it's Mike, we get Mike. Come on. And I start walking back to Ypsilon 14.
Okay. I'm going to take one last look around, see if there's anything I missed. And
there's a white cassette.
Hey, John, I found another cassette. I think we should go play it before we do anything else.
Bring it. Oh, pick up my spray bottle. I'm going to be more careful next time.
I'll examine the spray bottle, see if there's any substance on it. And there's no substance on it, or the cap?
Nope.
Okay. Then I will carefully put them back together. And I will pass it off to you, John. And then we'll exit and go find tape player.
Great.
And I'm gonna, as we leave, let Sonia know to seal up the hangar until we can find a way to deal with the body, and also maybe vent the area if possible, since we haven't looked on his ship yet either, and that's another thing that since the ship is also docked there, we may want to check that later after the area has been vented.
You open up comms with Sonia through the central workspace computer terminal. How does that start?
Sonia, I'm gonna need you to, number one, lock the hangar and then vent it. I think later on I'm gonna want to take a look at the doctor's ship, but we need to make sure that we deal with the body inside and that no one has any more contact with the substance coming from the body. Can you do that for me?
There is no response.
John, I think this might move faster than we gotta go play that tape now.
Come on, let's go.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna try to look less than terrified, but I'm gonna at a brisk pace go to where we can play this tape.
Yeah, we're going to the quarters. Yeah.
You head through the workspace to find that the entire place is empty.
How quiet is it?
You hear the whirring of life support systems and the hum of fluorescent lighting.
I put my hand on Billy's chest, pull out my bioscanner, and I'm just gonna be looking in the direction of the quarters, mess hall, all that.
I am gonna say both of you have the
infrared goggles.
Yes, you have the infrared goggles. Three-toed footprints everywhere. Everywhere.
So I'm gonna have the revolver in one hand and my stun baton in the other hand. I would say, John, I hate to say it, but I think the whole ship might be infected, like you said. Unless somebody speaks to us first and doesn't sound like the doctor, I would suggest maybe keeping. I don't like the idea of hurting anyone, but we might not have a choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out the crowbar and the laser cutter and just kind of have those ready.
Okay. Laser cutter can only be used in CQC. You okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. You continue through to the quarters and head to Sonia's bunk and find a cassette player.
You have exploration, right?
I have exploration.
Or excavation?
Yeah, I do have excavation.
Excavation? Okay. I just want to know what we were working.
You throw the white cassette into the player, and when everyone's ready, we'll press play.
Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta. It's in the general?
Mm-hmm.
No,
It's in NPCs.
It's in the NPCs. I am ready.
And go.
Initial reports confirmed. Subject appears to be biochemical in nature. Place of origin suggests medical use, though that's not much of a theory. Disappearance of worker 7709, likely unrelated. Possible negative reaction to water? Not yet clear. I'll follow this up in the morning. Initial positive result on the substance's medical properties. Whether it's possible to control its effects on our biology, what is essentially alien biology, currently inconclusive. It's incredible. Truly incredible. A rate of healing beyond anything. It's almost as if it's replacing cells entirely, rewriting the body at the molecular level based on some, like a cocoon, how the creature is broken down and then remade. If anyone finds this, please, don't touch it. Do not come into contact with the...
Okay. John, I'm really glad we didn't get sneezed on.
Yeah.
Number one, I think we should try to leave right now. Number
Of course.
two, why don't we try Mike's ID number as the password? It's all we have right now, and what we know is that if any of this stuff touches us, we're gonna die, most likely, and all of the people on this ship are possibly infected. Anybody sneezing near us, even if they're not taken over yet, could be gone. We need to get off this ship and inform whoever is in charge on the corporate level what's happened here, and they gotta destroy this thing. And we gotta get the data to the government. We gotta do something. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
I'm going to grab the ID scanner that Sonia had on the wall, and I'm just gonna pocket that for now.
Cool.
I agree. Do you have the ID number memorized? Do you have it?
Paul, I do not actually remember the ID
Let's
number.
play it
Should I
again.
roll to try and remember it?
I mean, we have the cassette.
It was
Yeah, that's true. Let's play it again.
7709.
7709.
Yes.
That's me too. Okay. All right. Let's try this, and if that doesn't work, we'll use Mike's full name.
I'm gonna take a second to just listen to see if I hear anybody walking or making any noise.
And I'm
in the
gonna,
vicinity.
at the same time, I'm gonna think about possible treatments that I might have heard of, fungus like this or other microbes. I don't know if there's any way to heal these people, but if we can, I want to at least run the thought through my head to see if we can do something. Because if we can, maybe we can save them, and if not, we gotta get out.
I will say, John Brand, you hear the standard ambience, the white noise of the station when you're hearing out, punctuated by a cough from Kentaro's bunk. And Billy Boyd, going through the catalog of information in your brain, you would know that treatment for this deal would take a considerable amount of research and a full lab to get a cure underway.
Luckily, I've got the vial, so if we leave the ship, as long as that's broken, we'll be all right. Nothing touched the outside of the vial, so we won't be infected that way. So we just need to keep it safe. So we need to get a good container, and then we need to leave the ship, let the people who would be picking us up know that we have something volatile, and let them know that they're going to need to send doctors that are fully ready to do quarantines and, take out anybody who close to turning, and for those who are close but not, unsavable.
Yeah, I get it. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
You head out of the quarters. And you enter the workspace. Something catches
put your
eye.
goggles on. Put your goggles on in case we can't see anything.
I do so.
You notice, first and foremost, that the freight elevator's doors have been torn open. And that the ambience of the room slowly fades out as you walk in.
Do we have those suits, by the way? We've had those on yet. She gave those to us, yes?
There should be suits in your inventory.
I have a vac suit.
That's on. I'm on with that suit.
In the silence and through your infrared goggles, you see as a not quite humanoid figure stalks clinging to the roof above the terminal. Both of you roll speed checks. Well, first, both of you make fear saves.
Fear and then speed?
Fear, then speed.
So I pass my fear.
I don't.
One stress for you, Mr. John Brand.
I pass my speed. I only pass my fear by 1, but I pass my speed because I have 2.
Great.
And then speed, 82. No.
Okay. Well, Mr. Billy Boyd, you get to make the first round of combat. What are your 2 significant actions?
Hey, you want to run away, like, now?
Lead the way.
Running away! Gonna run away from the scary thing. Da-da-da-da-da. Leaving the room.
Pray tell, where do you run?
Layout of the room is the doors are in front of us, hallway behind.
Hallway to the quarters. The 2 exit points would be the freight elevator or the quarters, as the other 2 are airlocked out.
We're in suits, right?
Yes.
I look at John. Up or down?
Down.
Get into the elevator.
You run with your full speed into the elevator. I'm going to say that's 2 significant actions to move your full speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Seeing that there is one object in the room, a creature that is rooted in place by fear for the time being, the invisible creature lurches at John Brand. Wow. Okay. And it slices at you, but misses. After lunging and moving, you feel as the air slices right next to you. The cutting of wind pierces your ears and snaps you back into action. You have 2 significant actions, John Brand.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna also run to the elevator.
You also run into the elevator. And under other circumstances, the elevator would begin to creak and hum and whir. But you, the both of you, just begin to descend in complete silence, watching the figure stalking around the door of the freight elevator. And as you go down, the creaking grows as you are no longer in presence of this creature.
Okay, so that was Mike, probably? Do you think that was Mike?
I have no idea. I don't care to talk about it. What's the plan now, smart guy?
So here's the thing. We are going in the elevator down into the mines where the substance is everywhere. Most likely, more of them are down here. So, ergo, we need to either kill whatever's down here and get the hell out, kill that fucking scary thing upstairs. We need to get out of here.
Yeah, I pieced that together already, Brainiac.
It is a tense and quiet 5-minute descent in this freight elevator until you finally reach the mine entrance, where vac suits are required. Very much thank you for putting those on beforehand, or else it would have been a very short ending to this thing.
Yeah.
Automated drills excavate metal from within, which are pumped and sorted in the workspace. You step through the airlock to enter the mine tunnel.
Is there any bathroom or water area before we go in?
None.
Damn. Okay. So all we've got is like the half bottle of water left from your canteen.
From the spray bottle.
The spray bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna throw it again, or are you going to spray? Remember, spray. Not little frizzle, spray with the water. Water spray.
I just start spraying whatever substance I can see.
Not the whole, don't use the whole
You
thing,
start
save some for later.
spraying, and now the inside of the freight elevator and the mine entrance is just a bit damp.
Well,
Is
hey,
that
actually,
good for you?
Actually, that is useful, which means if we go back up, that creature may not want to attack us while we're in the elevator, which means we might have a couple of seconds to dash through the room and get away before it can attack us. But we need to be aware that the big guy is in the corridors right nearby, and he might change at any minute.
So far from what I've heard from you, there's no getting off of this, right? Am I right about that?
It's looking slim.
How do we actually get out?
Well, we'll have to go back up the way we came. This is the only entrance to the mine, according to Sonia, and since she's not any help anymore. Well, is there a comm near us?
You only have your short-range communicators between suits.
Right.
Here, in the mine tunnel, the shaft narrows slightly. Thin veins of ore in the black rock walls are mostly excavated. With time spent searching and enough light, thanks to a tip-off from Rosa, a crack in the wall can be found, large enough for a person to squeeze through, to the mine antechamber. Further down the tunnel, the darkness continues into mine depths. You have 2 places to go, save for back up once you came.
Hey, keep your goggles on, alright?
Can you fit through here? And I just sort of gesture toward the crack.
I'm a pretty thin guy. That's up to you, Paul. Can I fit?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll go.
Lead
Here's
the way.
the deal. If I die today, you better fucking get out and stay safe, because my mom's gonna want to hear about this. You know that. Alright. And I go through and be like, she has anxiety, like a lot of anxiety. really are going to have to promise me that you will call my mother if I die today.
I promise.
Okay. This gives one of these. I'm wearing a suit. Okay. Try to crawl through.
With that deep breath, I'm going to save you the stress save. You squeeze through the opening into the mine antechamber. Natural, smooth, black space rock forms a cavern in arches and whorls. Embryonic pus leaks from an empty, fleshy pod in the wall, split by a vertical gash. The yellow goo is thick here in the chamber where it originates. A small workstation of scientific equipment has been set up nearby. A scanner relays readings from the pod to the Heracles, and a scrap of paper sits on the desk that reads 0389.
I got another number here, John. 0389. That might be our password.
John, you hear this. And among the silence of zero oxygen for the noise to vibrate through, out of the corner of your eye, you see some feathery, nondescript creature appear in the well above the elevator. What do you do?
I run deeper into the mine shaft.
Towards me?
No.
You run
Not through the crack.
into the mine depths, where a splash of yellow goo on the natural cave walls is seen. There is an empty vac suit slumped in a heap. The word silence is scorched into the wall with a handheld laser cutter that lays discarded nearby. You are separated. John, you have moved into the mine depths. And Billy, you are in the mine antechamber. What are you up to, Billy?
Well, I've already taken note of 0389. There's a whole bunch of tech stuff that I could use to test the material. Now doesn't seem like a smart time to test the material.
Certainly not, as you see a feathery, amorphous shape slip by the crack in the wall, heading deeper into the mines.
I think to myself, oh, John. I use my comm and I say, John, there is something behind you. You need to get around it back to me. We need to go up before this thing can follow us. And I start to walk back to the area where I entered from, slowly, making sure that I'm not passing under any dripping goo. At the same time, I'm going to... You said that the station was sending data to the doctor's ship. I'm going to send a message to the ship's computer before I go.
I'm going to give you...
Unlock all doors.
Unlock all doors.
Unlock all doors.
Is sent to the Heracles.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. The message is sent, and you begin your movement to the crack in the wall.
Yeah.
John, you are butted up against smooth black cave walls with the encroaching creature behind you. I need you to make a fear save.
Oh, by the way, do our comms not work down here?
They do
I wouldn't
work.
think they do.
Yeah.
Fear. Ooh, That is a success, 27 over 35.
Nice.
You feel the rock and its unyielding qualities rebuff you. You feel capable in this moment as the humanoid creature stalks and creeps its way toward you in complete silence, filling the entryway to the mine depths with its immensity. You see as two arms sprout from the blob through your infrared goggles, and two scythe-like appendages appear from those arms.
Ooh, it gonna slither slice.
I am... I would like to use my comms and say, Billy, get out of here while you can. And I am going to, is it possible for me to remove my oxygen tank
What are you doing, man?
on my back?
It is possible. I will say, in zero oxygen, you have about half a minute before you go unconscious.
I take the oxygen tank off. I am going to ready the laser cutter in my other hand and wait for it to approach.
Heartfelt,
Billy.
I'm going to listen to my friend, and I'm going to say, hold on, I need to think about this.
Yeah. You're
I'm
exiting
going to-
the crack. You find yourself on the other side, and just off in the distance, you can
Oh,
see...
this is what I'm saying. You're a blues, John, and I'm gonna go back towards the elevator.
Slipping out of the crack, going into the elevator, as silent as can be, in already abject silence. As the creature stalks closer and closer to you, John, holding your breath, feeling as the pressure in your eyes, there's more, that your face is getting redder and redder as the creature gets closer and closer.
David Blaine did 16 minutes. You can do this, bro.
The creature is upon you, with its scythe-like appendages rearing back for a strike. It lunges forward.
I ignite the oxygen tank.
Roll 2d10.
2d10.
You can do this. Come on. Come on.
18.
You do 1,800 damage to the creature as it is eviscerated by your noble sacrifice.
Yeah!
And the entirety of the mine depths is splattered in a thin coat of yellow goo. And thus is the haunting of Ypsilon 14.
So did I make it out? Did I make it out? I tell everyone about John, my friend, sacrificed himself for me, and if they can, they should freaking save him. I dedicate the rest of my life. I dedicate the rest of my life to curing this.
100 damage.
You saved me, man. You're awesome. That was great. And if I had gone to you, I'd be dead too.
Jeez. Also, for those of you back home, the entire AP is just a two-sided thing. This is all so fucking cool.
That's just fantastic.
Oh my god, that was...
Yo,
Oh,
we gotta do
crazy.
a second one-shot where I come back and try to save him, and then I get killed.
Oh, I think I have,
Oh my god.
most
You
assuredly
earned that.
decode
Guys.
paint. I think I've become paint.
You must have. You are literally in Valhalla, like freaking Batman and Robin when they painted themselves yellow to Green Lantern in that terrible comic we will not discuss.
My heart is racing. Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, you know what? That was a cool 3-hour experience for the three of us. A nice little movie-length thing. Thank you, Louis Cruz, for hanging out with us today, watching the whole thing. Annalicia, thanks for stopping by. Thank you to Ems Lems for the follow a couple hours ago. I didn't see it when it happened, but it was lovely to see it. And everyone, please play Mothership. It's a very good game, and it's like $15, and it's got
We're definitely going to play more.
So much stuff to it.
We're going to be playing more. You should play more. The whole world should play more. Buy it. Make this gentleman rich.
Sean McCoy is a very cool dude. Just shout him out on Discord, on the Mothership Discord. Ask him questions. It's great stuff. It's such a cool community. And with that, thank you everyone for stopping by. Any last words to our new cadets?
That was excellent. My heart, dude.
I am so surprised that the Doctor lived. The Doctor never lives. This is great.
There you go.
And I know next time we play this, my rolls are not going to be that good, and I'm going to die very quickly.
Fantastic.
Godspeed to you as well, Louis Cruz.
Thank you very much. All right. Until next time, we'll meet you again when the adventure continues. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.